There are certain places that don't feel right, not because of what you see, but because of what you don't. The kind of palaces where sound feels swallowed, where the air feels heavier than it should, and where, if you listen closely, you might realize you are not alone. This is one of those stories. In early 2022, a man moved into a city he had never been to before. No friends, no family, just a small apartment and a growing list of unpaid bills. He needed a job fast. Nights became routine, scrolling endlessly, application after application, rejection after rejection, until one night something different appeared. A listing that didn't quite match the others. Security guard, night shift, minimum responsibilities, and the pay was unusual high. No interview process, no real requirements, just a number to call. He called the number. A man answered almost immediately. No small talk, no questions, just a start date. That alone should have that alone should have been a fear. That alone should have been a warning. But depression has way of making things seem normal. The address led to an office building standing quietly at the edge of the city, not abandoned, but not active either. Half the lights were on, half were not, and from the outside, it felt like the building itself was waiting. Just before midnight, he stepped inside. The lobby lights flicked slightly. The air felt still, too still. Behind the front desk, a man was already waiting. The manager. He did not smile, did not introduce himself properly, just handed over a keycard and pointed toward a hallway. Then he said something strange. Do your rounds and stay out of the fourth floor. No explanation, no hesitation. And then he left. The first hour passed quietly, almost too quietly. Each floor looked the same: empty desks, dark hallways, occasional flickering lights. Empty desks, dark hallways, occasional flickering lights. But there was something off. The clocks were all stuck. The clock were all stuck. Every single one showed the same time, 2:17 a.m. Back at back at the desk, everything felt normal again until it didn't. At exactly 2:30 a.m. he heard it. Footsteps, slow, heavy, coming from above. At first, he ignored it. Buildings make noise. That building make noise. That is what he told himself. But this was not random. It was deliberate. He checked the system logs. Only one person inside him. Still, the footsteps continued. So he grabbed a flashlight and headed toward the stairs. Step by step, he climbed. And with every step, the sound above him stopped. He stopped walking. Silence. Then one step echoed above him. Then another. Perfectly timed. Whatever was up there was moving with him, not randomly. Intention, intentionally, intentionally. By the time he reached the third floor, the air felt heavier, thicker, and that is when he noticed it. The door to the fourth floor was open, just slightly, even though he was certain it had been locked. From inside came a sound, breathing. Not calm, not steady, strained, uneven, like something was trying to breathe properly and couldn't. For a moment, he just stood there. Then instinct took over. He turned around and started heading back down. Faster this time. That's when he heard it. A voice right behind him, soft but clear, calling his name. Don't leave. He froze because there was no reason for anything in that building to know who he was. Slowly, he turned back. The door was now fully open. Inside the darkness, something was standing there, tall, unnaturally tall. Its head slightly tilted as if studying him, watching. And then it smiled. Not like a normal person would. The smile stretched too far, too wide. Something about it was completely wrong. He ran down the stairs, past the lobby, out the front doors. He didn't stop, didn't look back, didn't think. The next thing, the next thing he remembered was standing outside. Morning light, his phone was dead, and he had no memory of how he got there. He quit that same day, didn't go back, didn't ask questions, didn't collect his final payback, didn't go back, didn't ask questions, didn't collect his final paycheck. Days later, he tried calling the company. The number didn't exist, and the building, it had been abandoned for over 10 years. So, if you ever find yourself in a place that feels wrong, where the silence feels alive and something seems to be waiting, don't investigate, don't respond, and whatever you do, Don't go to the fourth floor.